Today is Sunday. But it's called Saturday on a calendar in America, Earth. Time is in flux of the human birth transition. It is the month of 9, 3 times time, and Pluto is in bondage of negativities. It's a 3-point system in time and space continuum. SU and the sun, which is in a label code 2 to 1, universe, continuum, carbon, bomb, carbon, base, UV, WWMM, CCC, XY, 0. And a phenomena of the entire system is about to show time, dimensions that never shine to logic. Or first dimension life. It's in the highest peaks now. The 9 that flips now. In the root of Y2K. When machines can change the way of an entire but it's entirely different now. The end game is not fixed. The future is not set. Each entity, human, has free will. And it can swallow the red or blue pill. But there's a purple rain that stays mainly on the plane. So there is no future but the one you set for yourself. It's in a core. That infinities, organic and inorganic, positive or negative, true or false, good or bad. Which can flip the evolution, the E key. That is in the equation called life, Liee. For in the third place, that straight line at the bottom, you cannot see. And so life goes on because no one knows the absolute. The month is called September. It is number 9 of 12. And a day I will remember. For my journal was the only way I knew that day, because a lot I don't remember. But it was written down by me because I kept an audible and a written journal. The day was 23. Seven years away. From that praising day called a second millennium. A word I never heard, I didn't know, but maybe it was because the education show called me average, somewhat educated, somewhat. So when you see someone with a GED, and you have a PhD, think about it. One is number 3, and the other one is number 3. So what's a genius anyway? What a piece of paper or document say? You're below average. You're remedial. You're average. You're normal plus. And you're a genius that must be pedestaled, worship, thought to be better, more. When a computer can print out on a piece of paper and through the door, you can walk through any earned PhD door. How do you think it makes them feel when they spend their whole life studying, working, giving to earn that 3 door? There is an invisible sea in the galaxies that 2020 or its supplements can never see. The universe of invisicy. You can't see it, but it's real. It's there. And if you tell anyone that it is, they don't care. They just think something's wrong with you. You can't prove it to. So you know what? There was a little girl named EnigmaQ who was out in the universe in a spaceship car, brand new. And it just stopped in the middle of nowhere. No controls would make it move again. No door would open or close to keep out or to keep in. What if one day that would happen to you? What would you do? If suddenly the door of the spaceship would open? And without moving a single muscle, you were moving forward, walking outside into outer space. You didn't move. You didn't open that door. But there you were, standing in outer space, standing. And you didn't know what for. You didn't fall. You didn't float. You had no control. Waiting. For what? Afraid of everything. But time was about to ring the chime of the 13th hour. At decibels above human points. In space, as it go, human, well, on your home base called a planet, and the levels of the chain, where the human is number one commando, the leader of the game. But out there, it didn't care. You were seen as an amoeba, a germ, a virus, a thing. What's a human being in outer space? So there you were. Not even as much as an animal with fur or skin. You couldn't move. You couldn't talk. You couldn't scream. You couldn't go back into your spaceship. You were just there, standing on air. Not knowing what the very next microsecond would bring, or if you would be standing there forever through all eternity. Or whether you would terminate instantly. Can you imagine what kind of fear that would bring to a human being, dear? In just 1 second, it was all happening to bring the fear of infinity, eternity, that would never end. No food, no water, no shelter, no help, no friends, no family, no control of anything, not even yourself. In 1 second, you wondered all of that. how much of it would be true? Would it happen? Could it too? When 1 minute ago you were just riding along in your spaceship, eating and drinking and being okay. Every machine was working the right way. But that wouldn't happen, would it? Then how did it happen that day? When you're just standing there in the air called outer space, wondering how in the hell did you get to that place? Because that wasn't the meaning of heaven. But then that's a different meaning of hell. So let's jump ahead 10 times 10 and tell me, did she win? Eating her cheese and grapes and wine in this brand new spaceship car where the sun do shine. And in less than 60 seconds, she was standing in outer space. No moons, no planets, nothing around to grace reality. But there she was. She didn't fall. Standing with soles of diamond shoes, clicking them 3 times to call for help. But she couldn't move. She couldn't click her heels 3 times. She couldn't even see the sun that shine from the base planet she was from. But she wasn't falling. She wasn't floating either. Now that's a lemon for you, isn't it? What to do with it? What to think of it? Will you think of it as a lemon? Or will you think of it as an ingredient to make lemonade? What do you have in your wallet called cerebral? cortex, brain, soft drive to the human plane, the computer, that entities, miracles to the whole universe. You have a purse. Will you work to fill it? Or will you spend what little you have? Or will you stand still, catatonic, just to keep that little? When the whole worlds know what you have and want it. And you don't know how to stop it because you have work to do to feel with new and new and more till you reach the door through continued education. And the applications of experience that will give you the PhD. You are one, and the need of the many could soon consume or not consider the need of the one. That year, by the way, was 1993. Do you remember me? The lion that wouldn't roar because it wasn't a lion. And the door to phenomena has to be a swinging door. I will always remember that month of September, not just that day, because It was the entire month. My life was taken away. Like Pluto, I was removed from the solar system, the line. I was considered nothing more than a rock, an asteroid, where the sun don't shine. I don't know why. Because it wasn't true, and I didn't do anything for it to be thought of that way. But sometimes 2 times 2 equals 3. Do you remember me? My name is J. EnigmaQ. 7 is the way, 7-Eleven. Go to heaven because heaven is the only thing that saved me that day. Because one little girl cannot fight the world alone. So the next time you think that no one else cares, no one is helping you, no one is theirs, remember what happened to me. And you might live thinking, why is my life so miserably hurting me every day, every way? But when you look with 2 eyes, you could never see the truth. Remember that. When this coming 6 flips to a 9 and the sun will shine, to show you what's behind the straight line. It's called dimensions of time, all in one logic. First dimension. You may not see me because I don't do these. I am EnigmaQ. This was my poetry about a time that was old, and new. My poetry, my works, my way, and this is what I say today. September 23, 2023 AD. Do you remember your day in September? Or is it coming in future time? Today is Sunday, September 23, 2023.